Hello, I'm Brent Stutzman with TheraSaaS, and in this video, I'm going to be walking you through my favorite automations. These are automations that are going to save you or your intake team hours of repetitive work and going to help you book more clients. And I've broken these automations down into 3 parts: sales, marketing, and general tasks. So in this video, I'm going to be focused on automations that are going to enhance your engagement with client leads in that sales process. So in part 1 of this series, I'm going to be focusing on sales. In part 2, I'll be focusing on marketing automations. And in part 3, I'll be sharing some general task automations that you could be doing for your team that will save you time and book more clients. So let's jump into the video. All right. So my first tip isn't really an automation, but it's 2 things really. The first thing is do not over automate, because I have found that if you over automate, you will break other automations. So be very clear what you're trying to automate and don't overcomplicate it. The second thing I want you to do is, as you're building out automations, use folders. So you can see here in our demo, like we have obviously testing demos, but you can see here if you have a hiring automations that you want to use folders to break out larger automations or more intricate automations, okay, that interact with one another. So use folders. So my first automation is the missed call text back. Now, some of you have this, but this automation is now built into the software itself. So you don't have to create a separate workflow. So in your settings, go to your phone system over here on the left-hand side, and then you're going to click on voice up here at the top, voice and missed call text back. Okay. Then you're just going to go on this missed call text back and then customize it right here. If you click on the customization button, this is going to pull your name, your business name. Just saw we missed your call. How can we help? All right. So that is the first automation. You should double check that. And if you want to update it, go ahead and do it now. Okay, the next automation I want to show you is what I'm calling ghosting. So sometimes people are just going to ghost you. They're not, or, kind of abandon the conversation that you're trying to have with them. So what I would do is have an automation. Let me show you how we set this up. So we call this stale opportunities. You could call it whatever. So let's set the pipeline and stage filter duration. Okay. All right. So in the pipeline, it's the new client appointment, pipeline stage, last attempt. So, you're going to have, let's say which pipeline we could do here. We could have like a follow-up, long-term nurture or something like that. So one of these stages could be last attempt. All right. So sorry for the confusion there, but let's call that last attempt. And then duration 7 days. So how long have they been in that pipeline, in that stage? Okay. So that's the trigger. And let's go ahead and add a tag. And the tag is just 7 days stale. You can call this whatever you want. You could create a new tag in here, but that way you know that this person or that opportunity or the contact went through this automation, and you can send them an email. It could be a templated email, or you could just write one, how are you? Where are you? Why aren't you responding? And same thing with a text message, like an SMS. Okay. So that's just a really kind of basic action based on the stage and how long they've been in that stage. Okay, so make sure you're very specific with these as well, because you don't want this automation firing off to anything else. When I say this automation is firing anywhere else, because you weren't clear on where you want this automation to fire off. Okay. All right. So, but I'm going to show you now a more complex one. So this is kind of a simple version. Let me show you a complex one. Okay. So let's set this one up now. So the trigger for this one, we're calling this one the on hold stage, right? So this is maybe a long-term nurture where they've ghosted you for a little bit and you want to send them a series of emails and outreach because, you spend a lot of time and possibly money acquiring this lead and they haven't told you no. So keep following up with them. All right, so the trigger for this is going to be your pipeline stage change. Okay, so pipeline stage change. Okay, so we've been moved to a different pipeline. That pipeline is going to be in the new client appointment pipeline and at the stage on hold. Okay, and then we're going to put in a wait step. We're going to wait 4 days, and now we're going to create a new condition. So how do you create a condition here? Well, the wait step's easy. Well, first off, I like to have wait 4 days. Nomenclature is very important. So make sure that is updated so you can clearly see what's going on. If you want to add a condition, you just do this condition. It's an if else, and then you begin to fill it out based on custom fields or other information inside the CRM. Okay. So we're going to go and we're on this one still here. All right. So we're going to add a branch and still here. Then we got the pipeline is the new client appointment. Pipeline stages, we're going to call this the hold stage, and the opportunity is open. And now why you want to make sure this is, you want to make sure that this sequence only happens to those who are still open in the pipeline, not ones that have been lost, won, or abandoned. Because if you put, any of these, or if you don't have this stipulation at all, right? If you don't have that, then it's going to be going to everyone. So let's go ahead and type in stage, new client appointment stage. Oh, status, sorry. So let's go to, and status, sorry. I think opportunity status is open. Okay. So we're going to save this action. And if the other branch is, if it doesn't meet those criteria, just none. But you can then remove them from that workflow. So you just want to make sure there's only people that are in this workflow. It's sort of like a safeguard. So you can remove them from the workflow. And that's just a stage in itself. So for example, let me zoom in here. Just search for remove from workflow. There you go. And now the cool thing is you could remove from workflow or remove from another workflow or remove all workflows or all workflows except the current workflow. So I like this because then you can be really specific about what that action is. And if you only want them to be involved in this current workflow, then you can remove them from all others. Okay, so just remove from this workflow is what we're looking at. All right, so if they do meet the criteria, so that contact is new in the pipeline of new appointment, the stage is on hold and the opportunity is open. We're going to go ahead, you can add a task, and let's say you want to assign someone on your team to follow up now with this person, maybe with a phone call. You could wait, we say let's wait another 3 days, so that's like 7 days total, and you can send an email. Okay, and this, you got your custom fields over here. It's the admin team from the name of your practice. We've been working to schedule with one of our amazing therapists, but we haven't heard from you in a few days. All right, so you're reaching out to them, and basically you're going to repeat the condition again. So after this email is sent, the pipeline is, so make sure you are very consistent in this, but this is a demo. So the other thing you could do is you could, as you're building this out, you could do like a copy actions from here, all of them from here, and then paste it down here again. So you don't have to just always do it over and over and over again. Okay, so we are now into the next one. So we can send an email here. It's been a few days. Obviously, I think we would put another wait step in. Let's go ahead and move this wait step up. I think it's a good idea. Move action to here. So we have a wait step, another 7 days, and you can send another email. Now, this email doesn't have to be the same thing over and over again. You can send them blog posts if you want, link out to blog posts. I believe in micro content, okay? All right, so then we have an internal notification to the team, say to me, hey, maybe follow up again. So they're getting emails, but you're also maybe following up with a phone call. Let's do another wait step for 2 days. Condition, same thing again, should be similar to up here. Make sure that it's very specific. And you can send another email. And then at the end, right, so you could do this for days and days and days, maybe send an email once a week for 3-4 months if you want. And then update the new, what I'm saying is for this now is we're saying after this, let's just wait. Watch this here. You can do a copy action and we can just paste it here. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and paste this action right there. Let's just wait 2 days or 1 day or an hour. You can change however, 2 hours, I guess. Update it, 2 hours. And then what we're going to do is update the opportunity. So let me show you how we get to this. Update opportunity. That's what that is right there. And then you can build it out. We're just going to remove them from the pipeline. So here's what we did. We're going to mark them as lost, which will remove them from the pipeline. And then you can mark down the reason why you lost them. So if you can go into your custom fields and you can update this information. Or if you haven't heard from them, you could also just say, you know what, we're just going to mark them as abandoned at the end of the day. And update new client lead, new client pipeline, Mark Van Den. Do that. Okay. All right. So this is a longer, more complex. Well, I wouldn't say complex. It's just a little more involved, but you can copy and paste entire sections and to accomplish what you're looking to do. All right. So there you go. I would consider that's like a long-term nurture. Let me move myself over here. I think this is important for if you're going to automate this for your team so they don't always have to be following up, or you can assign them a task and just remind them that way inside the system. But I think if you have, let's say every time you email them, try to have a blog post or a video resource. So you're not just saying, hey, schedule an appointment, but you're providing what I call like micro content or micro value content in those emails. So again, this is sales, right? You want to be showing up, providing value for them. And here's a really simple automation to do this. Now, let's say you have multiple services. You could instead, move, let me go back over here to my automation. So let's say you have multiple services. So you could move somebody over to this pipeline stage, but let's say on hold or nurture, right? So, but what you would do is instead of having this be triggered on the pipeline stage, you could have a tag that would trigger, and that tag would be, wait a second, hold on a second. I don't think I did that right. Here we go. Trigger's gonna be tag. And when that tag is added, and the tag that was added, let's just say, do I have marriage in here? Like marriage counseling. Or you could say marriage counseling, like hold or something like that, or marriage counseling nurture, whatever that tag you want to use. That tag could then trigger a more specific couples counseling, communication tips, things like that, a series of emails while you're trying to get them scheduled, but they have not been responding to you. Okay. So I wanted to throw that idea out to you as well. But this is kind of the basis of some really great automations around building a relationship, providing value, and trying to get them to schedule and book clients at the end of the day. All right, so let's jump over to the next automation. All right, so in my next automation, this is going to be around when somebody selects, if you have a checkbox on your form. So I call this the Medicaid checkbox. So, in one of my marketing clients, they do not work with Medicaid, but by state law, they have to ask this on the intake form if they are on Medicaid or not. So what we do, we have the trigger here is the form is submitted. That's the trigger. Okay, so let me show you how that looks here. Form submitted is the event, and be very specific on the form. Okay, the form is this, and you could say, what custom field is. So this would be the Medicaid question. All right. And if that's checked, yes or no. All right. So that is the trigger. Now, when it is checked, what we do is we send an email that says, thank you so much. And here are the different services that you can get that accept Medicaid clients. All right. So the law in that state has mandated that we do this. So this is just an easy way to help them out. Now, the next thing you could do then is remove them from the pipeline, right? So we could say remove or update. So what we would do is we're looking to remove that opportunity here and remove. So what you would do is select the all opportunities in the selected pipeline and make sure you select which pipeline it is in, and then it will remove it. Now, if you get stuck, like I don't understand, you can always click this learn more button, and this little AI module here will pop up and give you some explanations, and then you can also ask it a question. So you can have a conversation with it, okay? So this is just a simple. Now, what would be another thing? I have another client that would be dealing with are you currently in a high conflict divorce or something? If they click yes, then that could trigger another automation or another set of paperwork that they might need to sign regarding that. So this is just sort of a basic automation that you can use based on a form. When a form is filled out and there is an action on that form or a custom question here, if the form is, you can see, go down here to the custom fields and get that information and select it. So, okay. All right, so let's move on to the next automation. All right, so in this automation, I'm going to show you how to move one opportunity from one pipeline to another pipeline when their status update has been marked as one. Now, the use case for this would be if you have a separate pipeline that after they have been scheduled inside your EHR, but you want to do some tracking and follow up with them. Maybe you want to submit a survey, then you can use this automation to move one opportunity card from one pipeline to the next. So the trigger is going to be an opportunity status change. And again, we're going to want to make sure that our pipeline, let's say, is in the new client appointment and move to status. Okay, we're going to do the pipeline stage. If you want to have in the pipeline stage, that's fine. You may not need to if you want to mark them as one, but I think let's just go ahead and say it's in here. That's the stage they want. And then we're going to make sure their status is one on this. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, the move from status. So we're going to say remove to this status, and they're marked as one. All right. Change status. Let me just change status to one. So let's save that trigger. All right. So again, this is the new advanced builder that we have here. It should be live on most of your accounts. You can also switch between these two builders right here. Okay. So opportunity status switch to one. And so what we now want to say is, okay, well, let's move them to another pipeline here. All right, so we're going to go down to opportunities here, or you can search in the search bar above, but opportunity, and we are going to update the opportunity. We're going to add a field to the pipeline, and let's say client success. And we can also say the stage that you would like. Where in that pipeline stage where you want them. So let's just say confirmed appointment. And then let's go ahead and save that action. And so what this does then, let's say you are in the new client appointment pipeline. They've been marked as one. They were in this stage. They were marked as one, or you can just take this stage off. Let's just say they're marked as one anytime inside that stage. And then they are now, when you mark them as one, they are removed from that current pipeline, and then they are now updated into this new pipeline. Okay. There you go. So that is another simple automation that I think can be helpful for your intake team. All right, we're moving on to our final one, which is appointment reminders. Now, the appointments that I have in mind here are when people maybe book a consultation call. So you can use, like, I use this example a lot, but you can have a calendar scheduler that's TheraSaaS right here. And so people can pick and choose, when they want to schedule an appointment with you or a consultation. All right. So usually most people will do a 15-minute or 10-minute consultation with someone on the intake team, or if you're a solo practitioner, with yourself. All right. So that is the trigger. Okay. The trigger is customer booked an appointment, and you want to define the calendar. So let's just say appointment, customer booked an appointment there. And we want to make sure that it is in the calendar that you want. So maybe it's 15 minutes or 30 minutes or whatever that calendar is. Be specific on what calendar it is. And then you're going to create an opportunity or add them to a pipeline. So again, this is an older, it's being deprecated, but let's update the status to that pipe. So you can just create opportunity, and then let's make sure it's in the right pipeline stage. Okay, so find the stage, and then let's go ahead and find the status that you want it, and it's going to be open. Okay, so that's what that's going to look like. Now it's going to look a little different, but I'm going to go ahead and delete that so it doesn't. All right, so creates opportunity. You can add a tag, demo call scheduled or consultation scheduled. There's some Google Ads things that I add here. Don't have to worry about that. And then add notes. Now, what I like about this is that you can automatically create a note, and inside that note, it could be these custom fields. So like for this is going to be for a demo call with TheraSaaS. Inside the TheraSaaS form, I have, how did you hear about TheraSaaS? And all those responses can all be put right here, which is really cool. So let's say it's a custom field. Actually, it's going to be underneath the contact. Scroll down, custom fields, and all those custom field questions that you have on your intake form, those will be right here. Like, as you can see, you can add them. Now, sometimes I like to style them. You can add like italics and things like that, but that's the idea there. Add notes, and you would just want to add the notes that are necessary for your intake coordinator to quickly qualify them. What are those really important details from the form that they fill out that you want to be added as a note? All right, so of course it'll be assigned to me. And then we have email notifications that are internal, saying we have a demo call for TheraSaaS. For you, it would be a consultation call, confirmation emails that are going out, or text message that are going out. So for example, I have, hi, first name, your appointment is being confirmed for appointment start time, appointment time zone, to be speaking with me. So these are all custom fields, and you would find those underneath here, and appointment, start time, end time, all these here, reschedule link, meeting location, all those things. So if I click on meeting location, you're going to see it's the same thing right here. So it's going to pull all that information from the appointment calendar. Again, saves you tons of time, and it's customized, which is great. All right, so then what I do is I'll wait 15 minutes, and then I start to send emails. And I want you to think about this as well. What are those ways you can provide some micro value, small pieces of content that you can share with those client leads? So I have an email sent out, watch this video, and 12 hours later, watch this. Now you can also create an advanced window, say, hey, only send between these times, which is probably a good idea. I should probably do that as well. So let's go down here and select, only send between that and, like, let's say 10:30 p.m. Now you'll also get another email. So see short little emails, videos to watch. You can see people are in this pipeline. And now we start the reminders here. So as we're getting ready for the appointment, we have all these emails providing micro content, and then 24 hours before the appointment, you wait, the action name, 24 hours, event wait time. So that's what you would set up. So let's go ahead and click, you can search for wait, and then we're going to set it, not just a time delay, but an appointment booking. All right. So you want to send it, 1 day before that. Oops. And keep that right here. Okay. That's how you would do that. You can see that's the same right there. All right, so reminder email. All right, so we're using custom fields. I'm going to separate that there so it looks a little nicer. Reminder SMS, same thing. Okay. 1 hour before the appointment. So again, it's going to be another appointment wait step. Appointment time, 1 hour. And then 10 minutes before. Now, some of you might be thinking, oh man, it's just so many. I don't want to annoy people with it. But the amount of times I have people telling me, thank you for all these reminders for showing up before demo calls, is I hear it all the time. I never hear, boy, those are really annoying. And if it's really annoying, they can just unsubscribe or hit the unsubscribe button and not get notified with emails, or tell the text messaging, hit stop, and it will turn off the text messaging reminder. So there you go. That is how I do my TheraSaaS demo calls, and how to do an automation with appointment reminders to build a relationship with them. You're building trust with them, but it's all on autopilot. And you want to increase those show call, or the showing up percentage for booked calls when you're doing, consultations and things like that. All right. So there you have it. Part 1 of my automation series based on sales. We talked about the missed call text back, when people are ghosting you, or there's no movement, they're kind of abandoning you in those conversations, how to send follow-up emails, but using automations to do it, how to trigger automations based on when someone fills out a form and they might use a checkbox, and you could, like that Medicare option that I just showed you, how to use the one status to trigger an automation to move contact opportunity from one pipeline to the next. And then what I just showed you was the appointment reminders. All right, make sure you click on the video that's here to see the marketing video. and then also the forthcoming automations that are kind of more general and helping you save you time, and also in the making your team more productive. Okay. All right. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks.